First of all, thank you all for coming out. I'd like to the opening statement to be quick. You guys, as you get to know me, I'd like to spend as little time talking about myself and more time talking about the boys and the program and where we're going. But as we start here, I do want to take a second and thank Boston College. It was an honor to be able to be a small part of that program. I hope we were able to leave that program in a better spot. Coach Pellegrini was a legend at Boston College, and he used to teach everybody to leave the program better than you found it. And I hope I was a small part of that. And Father Leahy and Gene DiFilippo, who was the AD at the time, took a chance on a young kid and gave me my first head coaching job. So I do want to thank Boston College, thank the entire community for embracing myself, my family, and so many of the former players and alum there. So that's something that's really important to me. Now I will tell you about coming down here to Penn State. It is really, really easy to see why people fall in love with this place. I've been here for about a week now, and this place is special. It's amazing, the outpouring of support. I cannot thank Neely, Pat, Vinny, the entire crew of the Board of Trustees who were part of this process to allow me the opportunity to move my family down here and to be part of Penn State. It's overwhelming, the support, the outreach, and I think we all know this. People that fall in love with their alma mater, and the people that went to Penn State and the fans. The thing that makes a place special, and the buildings here are beautiful and the facilities are beautiful, but the thing that makes a place special are the people, the relationships, the memories that you're able to make. And I cannot tell you how excited I am to build those relationships and create those memories, both with my family and with our former players and our alum and the fans and the people in this town and the people in the university. It's pretty special. And I also want to thank Paulie Marbo. He has been unbelievable through this process. He set out a plan for me and is telling me where to go, and I just say yes sir and follow where he needs me to go. So he has. Thank you for everything you've been doing. And then just a quick note to our former players here at Penn State and the alum. It's an honor to be able to sit in this seat and to be a small part of now continuing to build this program. We're going to need your help. We want you back. We want you around the program. This is your program. So thank you for everything that you have done for this program, and thank you for everything that you will continue to do. The investment that the university and Pat and Vinny are going to make in this program is special. And I'm really excited about these next couple of years as we continue to do that. So that being said, I would like to turn it over. I feel more comfortable answering questions. One thing I would like to do, and I hope people here don't mind, I think one of our jobs, I'm the baseball coach here, but we all work at a university, and it should be a student first thing. So I would like to be able to start whenever we do pressers and press conferences or questions, whatever Paulie has set up, I would like the opportunity to let the students start, and maybe have the students ask the first couple questions.
Student media.
Hi, Coach. So you sort of recently signed a contract extension with Boston College, but then obviously took the job here at Penn State. Was there one thing that specifically led to your decision to change course and to come to Penn State?
Yeah, so, right off the bat, we knew how, my wife and I knew how special this place, we believed we knew, and then it's even exceeded our expectations. And there were some family medical concerns in our family over the last couple of years that we were unsure if they were gonna be able to be adjusted anywhere with anything, and without getting too personal about it. And what Pat and Vinny, Neely, and what people here, and I don't want to get too emotional about it, but we're able to do to make sure that our family medical concerns were met was unbelievable. So, to be honest with you, the job is the job. The place is gonna be special. The investment's amazing. I love coaching baseball. As you guys get to know me, nothing is more important to me than my family. So, when those things, when they were able to address those, change the conversation, and then it happened quickly. Thank you for asking that, though. I appreciate it.
Hi, Coach. Once you figured those things out, how did you discover and decide that you were a good fit for Penn State and Penn State was a good fit for you?
Well, I hope I'm a good fit for Penn State. I guess we'll know in a couple of years, right? But to me, being able to continue to build something out, you know, there's a really good foundation here that's been laid, and a really good plan, the start of a plan with Pat and Vinny and what they want to do to build this out. So to me, that's exciting. To be part of building something out is really, really exciting. That's the first thing. The second thing is when you do the research on this town and what it's like and what it can be like to raise a family in this town, we found out really, really quickly. And then when you come visit it, and when you're able to see, again, the buildings are the buildings, but when you're able to see the outpouring of support, you know, it's, I guess the best way to say it, it's like I said before, it's really easy to fall in love, right? So, once those things, you know, those other things you talked about, once those were covered, to see that this is a place that we want to be in, a program that we believe in. And I will tell you this, you know, the state of Pennsylvania has great baseball. The high school baseball in the state and the players in the state are unbelievable. So the ability to come down here and recruit the state hard is really, really appealing. You know, and you know, we have in the past spent a lot of time recruiting the Northeast, and you know, and Pennsylvania kids are similar to who we have spent our time and energy recruiting. Tough, competitive, hard-nosed kids that want to win, right? And so now you come down and get a chance to live in this town, be part of a huge investment into a baseball program, and recruit the state. And the other thing that I've learned, and I sort of thought this, but even within a week, this town loves baseball. I mean, you see it with the Spikes, and I'm excited about the partnership with the Spikes. You know, but to have our program tied in with the university, tied in with the town, tied in with the fans here, and my family tied in with the university, and the fans and the town, and build something. I mean, I think it could be a lot of fun here. I think it could be really, really special.
Mike, Daniel Gowan, Lines 24/7. What role did your relationship with Pat play in, you know, getting offered this job and then deciding to come here? How would you describe the relationship that you have with him?
Yeah, one of the things that, you know, normally I don't, historically have not spent time looking at jobs. It's not, right? But what you have to do is you have to figure out who you're going to work for and what the, right? But with Pat, with Vinny, Adam coming down here, I already had relationships and knew what they're all about. I know how much Pat wants to win. I know how aggressive he is, and same thing with Vinny. You know, Vinny spent a lot of time around our program when he was at BC. We talked about a lot of plans and stuff. So, you know, when the process, it happened pretty quickly, you know, after those medical concerns were taken care of, that there didn't need to be a lot of questions, just the familiarity, and we had a great relationship up there, and we were doing things. So when they come down here and they know me and I know them, then you can go pretty quickly. So my relationship with Pat, you know, I believe, and I'll talk to my players, I will talk to our players about this, but you know, as you learn how to be a good leader, and I hopefully continue to grow as a leader, but part of being a leader is learning how to be a good follower. And you know, I know that Pat is somebody that I would like to follow and be a great follower, just like Neely. I mean, what an amazing leader she is. So to be able to learn from people like that and follow them, and then continue to build this program out, it's a great opportunity. Thank you for asking that.
Coach Andrew Clegg, Nittany Nation. I know growing some of these smaller sports like baseball is a priority right now of Dr. Kraft. Have you guys discussed a strategy in how you guys would grow baseball here in Happy Valley?
Yes. And you know, a lot of these investments and plans will be coming out over the next, I guess, maybe 6 to 8 months to a year. But there's a great strategy in place, investing in this program, both from staffing to resources to facilities, so that to be part of growing and building that plan is really, really fun and special. So yeah, some of those plans are in place and then in growing out. And as far as from a baseball side, number one is the state. We want to recruit the state hard. We want to be everywhere in the state. We want to make it really hard for any kid in the state to leave. And it's got to be the right kids. It's got to be kids that believe in what we're doing here. Do they have to have grown up a Penn State fan? Well, I kind of feel like everybody in the state already is a Penn State fan, so that's kind of feels like it's kind of easy. But they do have to believe in this idea of success with honor. It's going to be important in our program. I want kids that want to win. I want kids that want to put the team first. I want kids that want to play in the big leagues. But I also want kids that care about and value this degree and care about representing the alumni, the school, the logo, and representing it well. So there is a plan starting to be put in place, and I'm excited to be part of rolling that out over the next couple of years.
Hi, Mike. Joe Smeltzer, Nittany Sports Now. So obviously NIL has become huge in all college sports. So what are just your general thoughts on NIL when it comes to college baseball specifically? And what are some early, I guess, plans, ideas you have of using that to help Penn State baseball get to where you want it to go?
It's a good question. And, you know, it's funny, in the last, whatever it was, 18 months, 2 years, since NIL has gone from not a thing to the thing, it feels like as soon as you start to wrap your hands around something, it changes, wrap your head around something, right? And we're waiting on some court cases, we're waiting on some federal legislation potentially. So it's weird, I am generally a planner, sometimes much to my wife's dismay. I like to think about 5-year plans and 10-year plans. With NIL, you're kind of thinking year to year because, right, things could change in 6 months, right? So initially, NIL is going to have to be part of what we do this summer. It's going to have to be, as we have started to already and hit the transfer portal. And, it's funny because I think all of us, there's a part of us that look back at what college athletics was 5, 10, 15 years ago and say, kind of call it the good old days, and we sort of missed that. And there's also part of us that look at the new and exciting places that it's going, and that we all don't really know where it's going, right? But NIL is here. So we've already started this, and what Penn State, the brand, the reach, the network can do, and I'm learning this quickly, is overwhelming. So I'm excited. We've already started having these conversations. It's going to be part of what we're doing this summer, and it's going to be a big part of the future.
Allie Worthy, ABC 27. We're in Harrisburg, so a little bit east of here.
Yes, ma'am.
You already have familiarity with your boss coming in with Pat, but he sets a high bar here at Penn State. He's not talking just about Big Ten championships, he's talking about national championships and what this program can do, competitive across conferences. Do you like that that's the standard he sets and that that's the competitive edge that he wants to bring wherever he goes?
Well, yes, it's part of why I came. As an awesome question. And I think, again, just when you look at Penn State, everybody knows Penn State football, obviously, right? It's an international brand. But if you talk about sort of iconic brands in college athletics across the board, I mean, Penn State volleyball and Penn State wrestling are iconic across college athletics. So to be able to come into an athletic department, and we know what soccer has done here, what field hockey has done here, to be around leaders like that, and then to be following an athletic director that wants to win national championships, that's exciting. And I want people to talk about us going to the College World Series here. I do. It's something that I want to talk about. And it's not just about going to Omaha for the Big Ten tournament, and I understand that the Big Ten tournament is great and it's fun, and I would like to take a shot at winning that thing for sure. But we want to go to the College World Series, and I'm not going to hide behind that. And I will tell you this, and I said this to the players in the first Zoom. This place to put a regional, to host a regional at this place, and what I believe this town would do, just from the small amount of time that I've been here. But to have a regional at Medlar Field at Lograno Park, I think would be amazing. So I want to talk about hosting regionals. I want to talk about going to the College World Series. So for when Pat talks about those things, that gets me excited. I mean, it's what makes you get in the car and drive down here and check it out. It's what makes you talk about moving your family. And again, we were in a great situation, in a place that I loved, and our family loved it. And this idea and this vision that Penn State can be in the College World Series is something that Pat believes in, that Vinny believes in, and that I believe in. And I would like our players, our current players, our former players, and our future players to believe in that as well.
So, Coach, Pat Roth from the Gazette. So, looking at your baseball team, what do you think will be the first things on your agenda here?
Well, I have a lot of respect for the staff that was here, and there's good players here, and there's a good foundation. And I think there are some needs that we're going to address in the transfer portal. We've started to address. So number one is continuing to round out this roster, right? And that's number one. And number two is the number two thing for me is now as we start worrying about player development, the first thing I got to do is where are the baseballs, where are the fungos, where's the but I'm sure we've got that all taken care of. Yeah, right. But yeah, the number one thing that we're going to address is the transfer portal and growing out this roster and adding to this roster. And the thing that I've learned about this group, these boys want to win. They're hungry. They want to win. They love this place. So like for me to be around a young and hungry group like that, and the guys that we're going to add, it's really exciting.
Coach, Jay Harry is one of those, I would say, top guys at Penn State. He was just drafted yesterday in the 6th round. How important do you think he is to this team?
So I've talked to him a couple times, and I'm tremendously happy for him and excited for him. And the chance to coach him would have been unbelievable, and I think he's probably going to sign and be in a good spot. And I don't want to speak for him by any means. It's tremendously important, and having kids drafted out of here, I'm not going to hide behind the fact that I want kids that want to play in the big leagues. That's who we're recruiting. We want guys that want to get drafted. We want millionaires coming out of this program, right? If you look back in, coming out of Boston College, we had 6 major league debuts in the last 6 years from the program of Boston College. I want major league debuts. I want first-round picks coming out of this program, right? So, obviously, getting the chance to coach Jay would be amazing. But I'm also happy for him and proud of him. And you know what? He's always part of the Penn State baseball family, and hopefully in a couple years I'm, taking a drive or a flight wherever his major league debut is, and hopefully try to be there when that happens.
Any more questions? Okay, thanks, Coach.
Hey, thank you all for coming out. I know you all have a lot of things going on, and I appreciate your time and the attention on the program. Thank you.